About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. The Bucs at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down and 8. Looking to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. They'll give him 4 yards there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. You talk about this Washington defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
This now a 3rd and 4. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
4-yard gain brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
They'll try and sneak it here. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That's good for a Washington first down. A gain of 14. And the Commanders first down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
They'll go here with Martinez. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, And they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run here with a rookie. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
17-yard line.
Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. Complete to Addison on the out route. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jordan Addison with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
So quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3. Swift is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll run. Martinez. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Let's go.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down. They had things a little spread out there with 4 wide receivers, and it opened up a running hole.
Yeah, not only do you get better running lanes because you are spread out, oftentimes when defenses see 4 wide receivers, they substitute in extra defensive backs, so you're blocking smaller personnel. That gives your running back a nice chance downfield against that type of a defense.
No gain.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At their 48-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down and 6 now.
Let's go now.
They'll drop to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Third down and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Now he'll take this and run. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
This is taken at about the 14.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Here's Lane. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
47-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here now, 2nd and 4. On the ground, Martinez. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
19 Tiger. Go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Got it. Ready? Ready.
They'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Romeo Doubs,
28 yards.
And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
17. Commanders 7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Open man is Ibuka. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Let's go.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll try and throw for it here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington.
been sent it 58 yards. And the Commanders take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. The extra point up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Take go.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good for a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Ready?
Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
70. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. All the way.
Irving is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
And they'll run again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
60.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
1st down, and they'll start with Algier. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Flag. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Come on. Set. 70 Timberwolf. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Yes.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10.
Let's go now.
Now a carry for Algier, headed right.
Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Algier, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick
Here
off.
is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
70 Lions. Let's go. Here we go.
Looking to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Bucs have answered back with a third quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
70 left. 18 cards. 18 cards.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. Mustang 19. 79 Bronco.
He'll drop to throw.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That's another Washington first down. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Check that. Half the 60. Half the 60.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score. Commanders 28, Buccaneers 24.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Pass complete to Addison.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Swift going to try up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Let's go.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. They'll set up to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Again, it's Krosky-Merritt.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter.
Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That's good for a first down. First and 10.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's third down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And now an audible here into something else.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Elliott good with a PAT. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Bucs have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Buccaneers,
They moved to 9-7 on the year with 1 game remaining.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they lose an important one as they fall to 9-7 with 1 game remaining.
And they will look to turn it around next time out. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.